Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be focusing on one specific journey, and that is the journey of this little coal train. Here we see the coal drag being loaded by the Beaver Creek mine. This mine flood loads at least one to two trains a week, and here is some classic AC-44s flood loading this train. With our train fully loaded, we make our way back to the Little Rock yard, as we see the train bring its last half of the loads back from the mine. This actually makes this crew's second trip to the mine, as you can't take more than 60 cars at a time to the mine. Here they are bringing their second string into the yard. Sitting in the yard is two of the helper units. Well, there were once helper units before. Now they're going to be lead units on this train as we head to customers west. But first, they must get the caboose off the train. The caboose in this form is actually used as a shoving platform, because from the yard to the Beaver Creek mine is approximately 5 miles of shoving. So the crews actually have to hop on the locomotives, bring them out of their storage track, pull out the caboose, and put it back into that same track. The old B&O chassis caboose has actually been a staple of Little Rock Yard for the last 5 years now. Just doing multiple shoves back and forth once or twice a week. The two big GEs, the CM44AC and the ET44AH, will come back out into the yard lead, as they will then proceed to back onto the second cut of the cars. Didn't have no scanners or radios on this time, so I wasn't expecting anything else. But unbeknownst to me, next to the very busy Riverton subdivision, you can see literally just about anything. And so, coming around the corner is M622, the Riverton, Kentucky to Blackhawk, Kentucky manifest freight, charging its way past Little Rock with no stops today, but being led by some peculiar power. Train was a big boy today, a little just over 9,000 feet. All these commodities will be stopped in various different places. such as Green Tree, and then on to Blackhawk, where it will be then served to its customers in both places. It will then make the return trip to Riverton on M623, where the train will begin in Blackhawk and then pick up cars along the Riverton Main, such as in Green Tree and here in Little Rock. With M623 out of the way, our train now begins to double up out of Little Rock Yard. They will first proceed east, and they will have to take their entire train, once doubled up, past the signals of CP East Little Rock, before getting signals out by the dispatcher to head west. The impatient cars cannot wait for this train to move. Little do they know they still have just about under 10 minutes left before the entire train is out of the way. Now here at CP East Little Rock, our entire train is coupled up and is now being pulled back in front of the signals. We now have crews on the front and the back. For from here all the way to Green Tree, this train must be shoved over the infamous Thunderhead Grade. The units that are on the lead of this train are CM44 and ET44, were actually previous helper units. The same thing will be said for our units that are going to be helpers today. Once the train is in Green Tree, the leads will take the train on to their destination, while the helpers will return back to Little Rock, waiting for their turn to lead out the next train. The reason they back up so far is because this is to give them a run and go, because just out west of Little Rock Yard begins the grade. And so they want enough room to get up to speed, that way you don't completely come to a stop. The dispatcher gives them the clear signal. Now 7,008 and 3385 make their charge. Working in tandem with the crews in the back, our train gets up to speed with no problem, hammering up to 35 miles an hour just before the grade begins. Our two helper units are also in Notch 8 as they make the shove up the hill. But from here forward, we're going to get in the cab of number 100 and watch as we take the challenge of the Thunderhead Grade. Here we are passing the west end of the Little Rock Yard. As we can see, the B&O caboose from earlier still sitting off to the side. Thunderhead begins as an easy 0.5% grade, but then makes it all the way up to a 2.5 at its peak. So our train gets it easy going as it begins up the hill. But as we continue on up, our speed will slowly begin to decline, as the really heavy coal drag is challenging itself up the hill. On the outskirts of Little Rock, just as we are making our way up the Thunderhead Grade, we are passing by the little community of Clinchco. And we can see the I-75 out in the distance. It's the same interstate that we passed under earlier in the video. And now we make it into the Clinchco tunnel. It was a sight back in 1985 to see C&O 614 and the Ace 3000 project haul heavy coal trains unassisted up this hill. Now those days are long gone, as CSX makes these challenges every day. And now we enter into Castle Mountain siding, as we are taking the main. A manifest that is heading eastbound but going downgrade waits for us in the siding, with some peculiar power. M655 today is being led by the CSX Conrail Heritage Unit number 1999 and the Honoring Our Veterans Unit 1776, along with another ET. Foamers are going to love that train going east. On the west end of the Castle Mountain siding, we can see the CNO R2 signals still standing and guarding this point, still on their brackets with no change in time coming soon. And now we enter into the Bishop Tunnel, which looks to literally swallow our train. Bishop is one of the many really pretty areas where there's just track. No roads, just track, mountains, trees, grass, buds, and trains. This will be our last shot inside the cab of the helper units, as we get one more pass by just before they crest over the hill, and make their way into the Thunderhead Valley. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to like, comment on what you liked about it down below, and subscribe if you're new here. Every little thing helps, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you. A big shout out to all of our members. Much love to every one of you, and thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. The more you support us, the more we continue to grow. And there's a lot of plans for the future. No worries. If you want to become a member, make sure to hit the join button. Every little thing counts, even if it is just $2. I still thank and appreciate every single one of you, as listed here momentarily. If you want to join our ever-growing family in Discord, where we have weekly screenshot competitions and such, then please look in the description down below. But until next time, my friends, I'll see you on down the line. Bye-bye!